Your thoughts?
What? What? Who?
Nice.
Welcome in. Lower third still ain't working today. That's okay. CJ Nasello here with you. It's our daily show. We got a good one for you. We're going to be talking to Mom Said No, Fred Pollard, here in about 15 minutes or so. At 10 o'clock, our conversation with the police chief of South Roxana, Bob Coles, has been postponed for the time being, and we'll get to that in just a couple of minutes. Then at 10:35, we're talking to Barnyard Animal Rescue. And we're going to learn insights on their upcoming trivia night, ways we can support them, and then all the work that they do in the area day in and day out to keep our farm animals that are in need safe and healthy. All that comes your way in the next 2 hours, but here's what's happening around the Riverbend at 9:03. Make sure you sign up for your daily email update. Join myself and 70,000 people who are in the know at 7:30 in the morning each and every day of the work week and on Saturdays with Around the Riverbend. Out of South Roxana, the Alton branch of the NAACP did announce yesterday, March the 11th, that it has requested the resignation of the South Roxana police chief, Bob Coles, after a video suddenly surfaced of an arrest incident dating back 2 years ago. RiverBender.com has that video, and we'll play it for you now. There is the full video of the altercation available on RiverBender.com/video. This situation is about the arrest that you just saw of Carlos Bowles, who is 25 years of age. He was involved in a high-speed chase that ended when he hit a South Roxana police vehicle and also a tree. Bowles faced several charges, including aggravated fleeing and eluding, unlawful possession with intent to deliver a controlled substance, and failure to report an accident involving personal injury. The video was taken at the time of the arrest and was recently the NAACP leader received the video asking him to intervene with an officer involved. Leon Smallwood Bay, the president of the NAACP branch, Alton, and Abe Lee Barham were given a video from the day on January the 10th when Coles was involved in that apprehension of Bowles. Smallwood Bay and Barham alleged from what they saw in the video that Coles stepped on the suspect's neck and held it there for about 10 seconds. Coles was asked about the situation Monday night by RiverBender.com's Dan Brannon, and he said he has now seen the video. He said he clearly placed his foot in the middle of the suspect's back, not his neck. We stand against injustice, and the video shows a clear violation of excessive use of force, Smallwood Bay quoted as saying. He continued, we don't care about politics going on in South Roxana as Bob Coles is running for a Madison County Board seat. We just cannot tolerate anyone applying excessive use of force, especially a police officer. Coles said Boyles is now serving 7 years in prison. Here's the statement. The suspect was very reckless, and I was trying to control the situation until other officers could help and handcuff him. I didn't want him to do more. He had reached speeds more than 100 miles per hour in the high-speed chase. That's the end of his statement. Coles stressed the suspect was not injured in the arrest. He said he is 260 pounds, and if he had placed his foot directly on the suspect's neck, it would have likely caused injuries. Coles denies that he applied excessive force in this arrest, but he tried to keep the suspect from possibly harming him or other officers. Coles also said he has been a police officer for 30 years and has never had a complaint of excessive force against him. Coles said he believes the video was distributed to media because he is a Madison County Board candidate, and he calls it, quote, political. The Alton branch of the NAACP said it's not, quote, a political move, end quote, and all they care about are the facts and what they saw as an excessive use of force. Barham stood firm with Smallwood Bay in the request for Coles to resign from his police job. Barham stressed that as the chief, Coles has to lead by example, and this is not something he should want his other officers to do. This sends a message. We apologize for the noise going on. There's nothing we can do about it. They're renovating the building. This sends a message to other officers that it is not acceptable. We did ask the chief to resign and believe that the video shows excessive use of force on the suspect. Coles was set to appear on our daily show today at 10 a.m. He sent me an email that stated he cannot be here today, and there's nothing more that I can tell you at this point in time. We'll talk more on this issue later. At 9:08 out of Jerseyville, one individual has been charged with theft, while two others have been charged with meth possession and more, all from separate cases described in recently released Jersey County court filings. Neil A. Dickinson, 63 of Jerseyville, charged with one count of theft on February the 28th. According to court documents, Dickinson stole $1,900 from an individual in the form of 4 checks made out of various amounts ranging from $300 to $770. Dickinson was charged with a Class 3 felony and was released with a summons to appear in court. His first appearance is set for April the 2nd at the Jersey County Courthouse. Daniel L. Deverger, 38 of Jerseyville, was charged with 2 counts of unlawful possession of a controlled substance, 1 count of unlawful possession of drug paraphernalia, and 1 count of driving 15 to 20 miles an hour over the limit. All 4 charges stem from March the 1st, when Deverger allegedly had less than 15 grams each of both heroin and cocaine in his possession, as well as a pipe. He was additionally charged with speeding 15 to 20 miles an hour over the legal speed limit. Deverger faces 2 felonies and 2 misdemeanors, 2 Class 4 felonies for each drug possession charge, and 2 misdemeanors for the paraphernalia and speeding charges. Court records indicate he was granted pretrial release with his arraignment hearing set for March the 19th. Jason Vanasdal, 43 of Jerseyville, was charged with unlawful possession of a controlled substance on March the 6th. He allegedly had less than 5 grams of methamphetamine in his possession and charged with a Class 3 felony. Court documents indicate he was released with a summons to appear in court. Out of Rushville, a tragic story. The Illinois State Police held a press conference March the 11th that afternoon and released information about a bus semi-truck crash that killed 5 people. Here's what we know. ISP reported the crash did occur around 11:36 a.m. on Monday, March the 11th on U.S. Route 24 at Parkview Road in Schuyler County. The school bus involved was transporting children at the time of the accident, and 3 are reported dead at the time of the posting. The bus driver and driver of the semi-truck also died in the accident. ISP and other law enforcement at the press conference said no one should have to go through this type of horrible situation. There were a total of 5 fatalities in this bus semi-truck crash. ISP also confirmed that 3 children on the bus died, and the bus was traveling eastbound on Route 24 in the semi west when the bus, for an unknown reason, crossed the center lane into the head-on collision in front of the semi. Families have been notified about the fatal crash. ISP also said the investigation into the crash continues at this time. Also in the news, Sydney Sinks reporting out of Alton that Lauren Harbers knows 2 women who were killed by men. The first was a friend of Harbers. It took a week to find her body. The second was a distant relative who disappeared on a first date. These tragedies led to Harbers creating a Facebook group that has garnered both controversy and gratitude throughout the Riverbend region, titled, "Are We Dating the Same Guy?" Alton, Illinois. This private Facebook group, open to only women, allows members to post pictures of men they have dated or want to date. Posters encourage each other to share stories about the men, specifically if they have a history of violence or abuse. The goal, Harbers explained, is to keep women safe. We get the restraining orders, we get the orders of protection, but a piece of paper doesn't protect us from dangerous men, she said. And so the group was really just meant to get women together so that we can protect ourselves, because at this point, it doesn't seem like the government is going to do anything for us anymore. Women are dying every day. A woman goes on a run, she dies. A woman neglects a man, she dies. A woman turns down a man, she dies. We have to, at this point, protect ourselves, and that's really what the group is for. That's the quote from the Facebook group organizer. Harbers is not surprised by the group's growth. One in the area. This is an alternative, she said, to open doors to where people do feel safe, where if you encountered this, another woman has too, and we have clues and tips on how to help or next steps. She continued, it's really spectacular to see it grow, and on top of that, just to see the sisterhood come together. This was just a platform for women to talk to other women because we've all have experienced it. But not everyone agrees with its intentions. The Facebook group description reads, "This is a friendly place to catch the scandalous men in our lives, but also just need some clarity before settling down with someone special. Someone that posts are less about safety and more about hurt feelings." Harbers also received many messages from men threatening litigation against her, most of whom said the Facebook post constitutes slander and defamation of character. Harbers said the group doesn't aim to slander anyone. She works with moderators to remove posts that violate guidelines, including those that aren't relative to the group's mission. For a full recap on this, you can find it on RiverBender.com/news. Out of Normal, Edwardsville High School Fine Arts Chair Orchestra Director Victoria Vimard and her orchestra students earned high praise in the recent Illinois State University High School Orchestra Festival. Dr. Glenn Beck, a presenter, told Vimard to convey his appreciation to the school administration, the accompanying chaperones, and the parents of the students for their participation in this event. 7 high schools and 9 orchestras did participate for a total of 540 high school string students on the campus. I found the EHS orchestra attentive and flexible to the new concepts and techniques, a compliment of your wonderful teaching, Dr. Beck said. I love the Por una cabeza arrangement. Best wishes for continuing success with your students. Congratulations to you all. At 9:15 out of St. Louis, join everyone for an egg-citing Easter brunch at View, nestled within 612 North Event Space and Catering. It's happening from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. on Sunday, March the 31st. The event promises a family-friendly celebration like no other. Perched atop the historic Coultery building at 612 North 2nd Street, View offers a picture-perfect backdrop for your Easter festivities with sweeping views of downtown, the iconic Arch, and the charming St. Louis city skyline. Their menu is bursting with flavors to delight your palate over the weekend, and guests can also capture memorable moments with an interactive photo booth where you can strike a pose with the Easter Bunny against a backdrop of lush greenery. It's the perfect opportunity for families to create lasting memories together. General admission for adults is $64.95, and for kids 3 to 12, it's $14.99. Unlimited mimosas are available for $22. Make sure you hop on over to secure your spot. Advanced reservations are required, so visit 612north.com. That's 612north.com to purchase tickets, or call 314-899-0612 today. You can also visit more groups online about the So Hospitality Group. My apologies. Those websites are drunkenfish.com, Kimchi Guys, and 612north.com. 9:16, let's take a look at your weather. 50 degrees, it feels like 55 today. Very warm with times of clouds and sun. Breezy this afternoon tonight. Partly cloudy with a thunderstorm in parts of our area. Temperatures will reach 73 degrees today, drop down to 51 overnight. Heading into Wednesday, we can expect a high of 75, a low of 60, and a 50% chance of thunderstorms. On Thursday, a 96% chance that we're getting some thunderstorms, a high of 76, a low of 48. On Friday, a high of 56, a low of 37, no rain in the forecast. And on Saturday, a high of 61 and a low of 37. Let's take a look at downtown Alton, see how our sky cam is looking out down there. Not a lot of cars on the roads. Man, it is cloudy out there right now. There's one, and there's downtown Alton in all of its glory. A pretty quiet Tuesday morning. You can see this camera in real time all the time and check out the beauty of the heart of the 618 by going to RiverBender.com/weather. And for time and temperature throughout the day, you give this phone number a ring, 618-465-4545. This time powered by Bounce Back, Rehab, Recover, and Return Home. Hey, before we talk to Fred Pollard, let me fill you in on the Alabama story hitting the stage at Alton Little Theater, and it starts on Friday, March the 15th. March 15th, 16th, and the 20th through the 23rd. Those are the evening shows at 7:30 p.m. And then on Sundays, March the 17th and March the 24th, those are those matinees at 2 p.m. And the 17th, already sold out. How about that, Lee Cox? It's directed by Lee Cox and Gail Drillinger, and this drama is a relevant story about one town's and one librarian's journey to understand the value of books and civil discourse along the way. This is based on a true story, true events, and the play has been recognized nationally, as a must-see piece of theater. You got to get tickets for this. The show runs until the 24th. Evenings, March 15th, 16th, 20th, 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. Matinees on the 24th because the 17th sold out. Get your tickets at altonlittletheater.org. That's altonlittletheater.org. Or call the box office. Michael wants to talk to you up there. 618-462-3205. That's 618-462-3205. And make sure you tell them CJ sent you their way.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible. Covering auto, home, business, and life insurance, our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank. The local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
Riverbender Radio has built 3 great new stations just for you in the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. The Bridge, hit music for the Riverbend. And The River, today's country, and all your favorites. Check them out today at RiverBenderRadio.com.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
9:21. See, I told you, better conversations happen when the microphone's off, for slid down, But that's okay. A great one heading our way because Mom said no. Grand reopening set in stone for the 30th. We're getting close, Fred.
Yeah, it's just a couple weeks away. So
how are we feeling?
Anxious, overwhelmed, and excited all at the same time.
Well, you had a big move. I mean, you had to pack the U-Haul up, strap it down, and then haul butt 2 minutes down up across the road.
Across the street, exactly. Yeah, I actually hired movers this time to move some of the larger items, the display cases and stuff, because I moved those in and I know how much fun it is. So I thought, I'm too old. I need to just hire somebody to do it. And I told them, I said, I know you're going to laugh at me when I tell you where we're moving to.
What did they get a chuckle out of it?
Well, no, he said, oh no. He said, we move people all the time. We move, people will buy a house next door to where they live or buy a business across the street or whatever.
That makes sense.
Either he's just making me feel better or it really does happen more than I would have thought.
Well, did you ever anticipate a new location on the horizon? Was this coming down the pipeline?
No, I've just been basically winging it ever since I started this whole. I mean, everything that happens, I'm just kind of fall into it, and I'm like, oh, okay, So no, it just kind of all fell into place that Andrea was closing A&A Boutique, and she's going on to she's going to still be active. She's doing a lot of pop-ups, a lot of other things, and she's starting a new business that she's excited about. But she didn't want to do the brick and mortar anymore. So it just happened to come at a time when I was looking to, change up the shops that I have.
Yeah.
So everything's just kind of lined up the way it was supposed to, I think.
And take us through some of the changes in your layout. Is the store's kind of layout going to stay the same as it was over at Mineral Springs, or is it going to be a little different?
It's going to be a little different. We've got the basic vibe that I'm not going to mess with that too much. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right.
Kind of thing. But one of the things that's been a challenge is, I moved a year or two ago. Mom said no into its own space, and it's just hard to keep up with both, especially during slower times when it's just me or whatever. So this way, it's all one big open area. It's about the same amount of space, maybe a little more, but it's all a big open area. So there's a lot more I can do creatively with the layout and with, setting things up and things like that. So that's going to be good.
Whenever you have your grand opening, are your hours going to be set right after that where you're hitting the ground running, or are you taking a day off and restarting Monday? I had to ask. I just thought, no days off, Fred.
Day off. That's cute. No, that'll be Saturday, March 30th is the grand opening, and then beginning with that Sunday, we're just going to go into the regular hours. So
really?
This is the busier season anyway. So
absolutely. Well, you're opening right at the right time. It seems like that is perfect timing. Was that kind of intentional with where you were wanting to open up at?
No. It just felt like, again, it just fell into place.
I love it, man. I just love it. And that's, I love that about you, because you're right. I mean, you just roll with the punches and it just comes together,
Yeah, well, it seems to me more like I'm bumbling through life, but it seems to work out. So I just like you said, I just go with it. So but it's great to be able to be moving, in March rather than in, late January or the last weekend of August or something. So
that's very true. Nothing says let's move with 104-degree heat index.
Exactly.
So on Saturday from 11 to 6 p.m., I can only imagine that there's going to be some shaboozying going on at Mississippi Hippie, and Mom said no.
Yeah.
Well, take me through the day. What's coming down the pipeline?
It started out with basically just kind of had in mind to do a grand opening and just maybe do a store-wide discount or something. That'd be the end of it. Well, it's continued to grow and grow and grow, and now it's way bigger than I can keep up with. But we're going to have giveaways. We're going to have raffle baskets. Greg next door at the Brass Monkey, he's going to bring a grill, so he's going to be grilling hot dogs while everybody's there. We're going to have Refabulous Relics. She's going to be there with the table, so she's going to be showing off some of the stuff that she has. So she's going to be selling her items also.
They're renovating too down there, aren't they? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. That block is in the middle of some upheaval, so it's challenging and exciting at the same time for them. So yeah,
absolutely.
And then we also have the Freak Show Deluxe, which I know has been on
He's
your
awesome,
show.
man. I love him. I love it.
So they're going to come out, and they're doing performances throughout the day. They're going to have a stage set up in front of the building. So that's going to be really cool.
Well, I think it's great that, you know, all these different facets of the community, whether it's from that corridor that you've been on, you know, on Broadway or you know, you name it. But the fact that this is all coming together, Fred, where people are just wanting to be a part of this, that's got to be an awesome feeling, too, to really seeing this become such a big deal that, hey, we're celebrating Fred on the 30th, and we're going to really do this up.
Yeah, it is really nice. Our community is just amazing. That I mean, the support that we've gotten and the support that I see the community when they reach out to other local businesses around here. I mean, we're really fortunate to have that kind of community support. I mean, like, for instance, you know, My Just Dessert, since making the announcement that they were closing, just the way that people have reached out to them and wanted to support them and everything, it's humbling for business owners to have people come in and, you know, just really make your day by saying that, you know, they look forward to seeing you, like they look forward to coming into your shop.
Well, and it's those are movie moments, or what I call those, you know, where the cards are down and a business owner's going, man, I don't know how next month's going to look. And then to see a community constantly rallying around, you know, that individual and different business owners and different facets is something special. And like what you just said, Fred, I think is really important because, you know, the summer season comes and there's folks that come in and out of the Alton area, the Riverbend, from St. Louis, and you name it, from coming in and just seeing what's going on. But it's the local customers too, you know, that just, like you said, love to see you. They want you to be a part of their day. You're a part of their kind of, you know, kind of routine. And what I think's cool for me, bigger picture, is I always compare us to a beach in a way. And it's weird, right? Because if you think about it, on the beach in, you know, Destin or Tampa, wherever you go, there's always all those vendors lined up, and you see all them bumping shoulders, you know, and they're talking a little bit. And then here comes us as tourists coming in and just trying to see what they have. Oh, man, that's cool. Look at this. It's what we have here. We just don't have the beach.
Right.
You know, I mean, it's the same vibe.
And if somebody wants to bring the beach, I'm fine with that.
I'm fine with that, too. I can pull a Snooki, get drunk. Where's the beach? You ever remember that? But, I mean, it's really something special that we have that type of atmosphere without even though we have a beautiful river, it's still, you know, not the same geography either. And I think it's cool that we have that.
Yep. I'm really happy that I'm staying on the block.
Yeah.
Because the businesses on that block, we all work together so well. We're all such good friends, and everybody just loves to interact. And that's, you know, kind of I say that's the block where some of the weirdos like to come and hang out, because we've got, you know, the counterculture vibe going on. So I'm really happy that where I moved to, I'm still in the middle of that environment.
Do you know why I like it? Seriously, it's because picturesque. It makes Alton look kind of hip, like it really does. You know what? And I'm not meaning that in a derogatory way at all.
I totally get it.
But you know, it's so cool to see that corridor coming to life, whether, you know, it's from an event or just people walking in and out on a Saturday. And it's just really cool to take a drive and see it. It really is just something special. And Fred, as we're getting back to this new location, I wanted to hit on something, because you and I talked about it before we came on, and that's the fact that you're doing a lot of this on your own. You know, moving it, or, you know, getting it ready to go and getting, you know, updates, adding signage, because I hope folks realize, you know, that business owners, even though the store looks beautiful, there's still all the work that has to be done to make it look that way. How long have you been, how many man hours do you think you're in at this point in time?
I don't even count. It's just kind of
the odometer shuts off.
Yeah,
huh?
it's just kind of, it takes over your life. So I mean, it really does, and it's you know, again, back to the bumbling through life. I just kind of, you know, since I started, you know, this venture of working in retail, I've learned, you know, how to be an accountant. I've learned how to, you know, put up a certain type of shelf. I've learned how to, you know, how to do inventory. It's just, you kind of, as a business owner, especially a small business owner, you do have to kind of wear a lot of hats. And it's basically just learn as you go. So, you know, for every, you know, fire that you accidentally start, or, you know, wall that you accidentally knock a hole into, it's okay. Well, now I know not to do it like that next time.
Experience. You learn from experience. At 9:31, I want to take a quick break just to get my bills paid, and then we'll come back. We're going to talk more about Mom Said No, Mississippi Hippie, and we're going to keep promoting you, Fred. I just love what you're doing right here on RiverBender.com.
When I got in the car accident at the ER, they gave me a prescription of hydrocodone. And over time, it took more medication to mask the pain. I moved over to drug seeking and found heroin and fentanyl. I went to the Centerstone rehab facility and was the best decision I ever made in my life. I have my own car. I have a job. There's nothing holding me back anymore.
Dream Home Realty Center.
Hey Sherry, talk to me, Dream Team.
We've got Joey.
Whether you're a seasoned pro or a weekend warrior, gear up with Falcommit and elevate your hunting experience. From rugged gear for the seasoned hunter to adorable outfits for the little ones, we've got your whole family covered. Literally, because the best moments are made in the great outdoors. And with Falcommit, you're not just wearing gear, you're wearing the stories of your adventures. Discover the joy of hunting together. Visit Falcommit.com and outfit your family for the next generations of memories.
We are Phillips 66 Wood River Refinery. We make the fuels that take us to work and our children to school. We make materials and energy products that allow us to stay connected to each other. We care about the quality and safety of our products because we care about the communities we share. Our employees live our values of safety, honor, and a commitment to act as good neighbors where we live and operate. We are Phillips 66. When life throws unexpected challenges your way, you need a versatile legal ally to protect you. Sean Lentz, with over 12 years of experience, is here to help you in a variety of avenues. From personal injury to criminal defense and even semi-truck accidents, Sean Lentz has your back. Don't wait for the justice that you deserve. Call 618-465-8000 and see how Sean can help you today.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Baby, you're no good. I'm gonna say it again. You're no good.
9:34, welcome back. 12th day of March, rolling around the corner. Did you see, before we go back in this conversation, I was just listening in on the way to a St. Louis station, and they were saying they're celebrating 314 Day with the Monopoly. You know, I just random thought here, Fred. What happens if you land on a pothole, you know, or, drag racing, pay the $400 fine? You know, I'm just curious. The more I'm thinking about this, because it's 3/12, we got 2 days to 3/14, but we got 18 days until the grand reopening of Mom Said No, Mississippi Hippie, one storefront now. And you're right, your steps are going to probably go down throughout the day, I bet, not bouncing back and forth.
Yeah, it's that's going to be, well, maybe I should, make an effort to put those steps in somewhere else then, I guess. I hadn't really thought about that, but that's not a bad idea. I need to come up with a plan B there.
Well, and for you, how does it feel? Because now that you're in a different location, do you get is it an adrenaline boost at all for you? Like, hey, this is new, this is exciting, or is it just kind of where you're at and how long you've been at it, just another day in the office?
It's definitely not another day in the office. I think right now I'm just a little too focused and scattered and trying to keep all these plates spinning at once. Mm-hmm. So I don't really stop and think about, so many people are like, oh, it's really exciting. I'm like, well, it's not yet. It will be.
Right.
But it's not that's not kind of where my head is at. I'm just kind of, I'm so anal retentive that I'm thinking, okay, this has still got to be done. And okay, I know what I want to do with this, but I have no idea how to get it there and everything. So it's just, it's just going to be, and I'm fine with that. I realize that, because of my personality, I'm going to be uptight and neurotic about it. And that's just how it goes.
Play the Stevie Wonder song and just get through it, you know?
Right.
Well, and Fred, as we're talking about this, from 11 to 6 p.m. that day, people can still go in, browse. Are there going to be some new items at the store?
Oh yeah. We're adding we're adding some inventory. We're adding inventory to Mom Said No, the classic toys. We're going to have more variety there. Of course, Mississippi Hippie, the clothing is always getting updated and freshened up and everything. And now we're going to have an entire like a sub room that is kind of dedicated to all of our horror merchandise. Let me emphasize horror merchandise. I want to make sure I say that right.
I got in trouble when I had the lady Nancy Ansley makes the dolls.
Yeah,
and I forgot to add the OR at the end of a couple of those. I had some questions being asked for it.
Exactly. But we've got a whole section that's dedicated to that now. So the Gothic clothing, the
Really
skulls, the horror action figures, that kind of stuff is all going to have its own spot now. So we're going to be adding some.
How do you find all those toys? I've always wondered because, I mean, that's not an easy thing to do, is to find some of those classic toys that really bring that nostalgia factor back.
It's a strange mix. We've got some vendors that specialize in that kind of stuff. We have one vendor that has an entire Elvira line. They just put out Elvira gift ideas and clothing and stuff. So
wow.
we purchase stuff from them. Some of the vintage items just literally walk in the door. I mean, people come in all the time and they're like, "Hey, I've got this, from the 70s. I've got this doll or this, comic or whatever, and is it worth anything? And are you interested in it?" So that happens quite often, where people just come in and bring in their stuff.
Anyone ever brought in a 1971 Smash Up Derby set asking for the dad?
No. That one I have not
We're
seen.
still working on it. We're
yeah.
going to get that back. Well, that's a backstory to that. Well, and honestly, being across the street, I think it's a really cool spot. I mean, the way it lays out, Andrea had a beautiful building. It was a great location. Now, are you going to be on the second floor, or is it just the first floor?
It's the first floor.
Okay, I didn't realize. I wanted to make sure of the layout of that.
And there is actually some confusion. All the rumors are going on right now, but It's Raining Zen is staying where they're at, so they're still going to be at Mineral Springs. They're not going anywhere. The Brass Monkey is staying where he's at, so he's not going anywhere. So all that's happening is my two shops are moving across the street. So,
man, it's crazy how the telephone game plays and
and I've heard so many versions of what's going on. There's so many different variations of people coming in. They're like, "Oh, I hear this and that," and I'm like, no.
Put your pet rock down. It's telling you wrong.
Exactly.
Well, and what I think's funny about it too, and we'll just before we go back, is they never actually call the source, or like text the source, and go, "Hey, I heard this is happening." They just keep spreading it too. Why?
Well, it's really funny when people come in and tell me, "Oh, this is what you're doing," and I'm like, "Oh, wow."
You're like, "Where's your crystal ball at?"
That's
here?
awesome. I don't know when I can get to that, but okay. I'm glad you let me know that I'm doing something I had no idea I was doing.
Got the lottery numbers for tonight while you're at it too. Well, and take me through when Refab was Relics. Did you reach out to them and Brass Monkey and Freak Show Deluxe, or did they kind of volunteer to come do this with you?
I was talking to Refabulous Relics about having something there. Just to help give her a little more visibility.
I'd love to have her on the show. I gotta.
Yeah, she'd love it. Because of all the challenges with that, with the construction going on right now and everything. So we just kind of both were talking about that. Greg was excited about the fact that my shop's going to be moving, into the building because our customer base is kind of the same in a lot of areas. We carry some of the same type of collectibles and stuff, especially the Mom Said No side. So yeah, he was all on board with wanting to do something like that. And,
that's just really cool, man. It just shows how strong the community is, the business community is supporting each other. I mean, it really is. And then to have my buddy Neely coming back to do Freak Show Deluxe, those things are just, he's incredible. He was at Alton Little Theater, and I watched him drive a couple of nails into his nose.
Yep.
You're going to see some of that. I was trying to get him, I'm glad we didn't do it, Fred, but I had this idea. Why doesn't he do a fire breathing trick down in the studio? But I'm glad now because I forgot hairspray's flammable.
There you go.
And
we could go viral though. Would it be worth it to you? I mean,
well, they do have those nice hair plugs now. They're starting to get advanced, Fred. Well,
they don't work for me.
They don't work for a lot of the Channel 5 news anchors either. I'm in trouble. With that being said, I think it's so cool, Fred, because you're a true small business owner, man, and you live it. It's not just setting up the shop, and bringing things in. You were really hands-on. And I've noticed this even before, talking to you on the show, and in the past, seeing you, just watching you in action at the store, you are in your zone. I mean, it's truly it's the perfect fit for you. And then walking by, I think that's what sets the tone for me. And that kind of storefront is everyone that, whether it's you or Brass Monkey, you name it, everyone lives what you're doing. You live the mission of it. And I think that's why it comes off as such a great spot to go visit and go purchase from, in Alton.
Well, the probably the most important thing that Donna Nunnally taught me, who's the original owner of Mississippi Hippie, she's the owner of It's Raining Zen, and she told me early on, don't go into this to make money. Don't go into this to just provide a service. You're doing this to give to the community something that is lacking. You're there to give, you're there to serve, and you're there to help the other businesses. And that's something I just try to keep in the back of my head. And I just try to, again, I just wing it. I just kind of go with that mindset, and it just kind of falls into place. So, I try to keep the focus away from, I got to hit this sales number for the day, and more on what can I do to make the people that come in, what can I do to make their day a little brighter?
You're right. You're 100% right. I just love it, Fred. And then getting back to this, let's go through the day again. What are the times that Brass Monkey and Refabulous Relics will be on site at 11 a.m. all day?
Yeah. We're gonna start out with a ribbon cutting with the RBGA at 10:30, and then from 11 to 6, we're just gonna have our normal operating hours. We'll do the giveaways and raffles and stuff during that time. Refabulous Relics will be there throughout the day.
Okay.
Greg at Brass Monkey is going to, I guess, grill hot dogs till
Does he make a good
out.
hot dog?
I don't know. I guess we're about to find out.
We'll find out. There is an art to making hot dogs.
And I will call him out.
I hope so.
If his grilling sucks, then I'm going to say, hey guys, stay away from that. So,
op-ed.
But he has said that he is an excellent cook. So we're about to find out.
We will. You're getting put to the test on the 30th, Greg.
Yep. And then the Freak Show, he's going to have performances at 12:30, at 2, at 3, and at 5. And then between their performances, his daughter is a singer-songwriter.
Oh, wow.
She's going to be doing the music. So she's going to bring her guitar and be able to play in between their performances. So we've got music, too. So.
Got a mini block party going on that day, Fred. That's incredible.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a big deal.
Well, and that's what I'm excited about. We got to get somebody down there to get some sights and sounds capture this day. And are you still open currently while you're moving?
I am. Yes.
No way.
Yeah, I'm open up until the 19th. The 19th is when they're coming to move the big stuff that I didn't want to move, and then from that point on, from the 19th to the 30th, I'm gonna kind of see. But yeah, we're open from now until the 19th.
Man, that is hard work right there. No wonder. I was like, man, Fred looks a little tired today.
Yeah,
well, makes sense.
It's the eye twitch.
Fred, I just think what you do is amazing, man. And whether it's Mississippi Hippie, Mom Said No, the coolest experience I always look back on is whenever the Earth Tones was up on the street.
Yeah.
And to see, everyone going in and out and walking into the shops with my parents and, always wanted to stop by your shop and go check it out. And I will always remember that afternoon. It really brings that sense of being an Altonian, and really there's something about it. It just is such a cool thing. It's such a great experience, and you can experience it for 7 hours. 11 a.m. to 6. I had to do my math. That's always dangerous, Fred. 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Just located long haul across the street, about 40 steps. About 40 steps at 300 East Broadway. The previous location of A&A Boutique is now doing some different things in the business community and doing some great stuff with those pop-ups. Fred's new home. He's waiting for you, and a great day full of it. Am I missing anything, Fred?
I think that covers it.
Man, we got this done in 25 minutes. I like it. With that being said, 9:45 is the time on this Tuesday morning. We'll take a quick break, and I'll wrap up the 9 o'clock hour right after this on RiverBender.com. Is it time to buy, sell, or even time to consider a short sale of your property? Meet Lisa Webb, owner of 3rd Street Realty. This local, women-owned, family-operated realty group has over a decade of experience in foreclosures, first-time home buying, and so much more. 3rd Street Realty prides themselves on holding your hand through the entire process. Let their expertise guide you to your dream home. Visit 3rdstrealty.com and start your journey with Lisa Webb today.
I just got a new air conditioner. top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alton Memorial Campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
DJ Mike Keith.
This is where I am today. Let me show you where I started.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
When life throws unexpected challenges your way, you need a versatile legal ally to protect you. Sean Lentz, with over 12 years of experience, is here to help you in a variety of avenues. From personal injury to criminal defense and even semi-truck accidents, Sean Lentz has your back. Don't wait for the justice that you deserve. Call 618-465-8000 and see how Sean can help you today.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
Oh, I just love that song. 950, welcome back. Hank Williams Jr. is not that bad. I'm hanging in. I'm picking up what he's putting down. Hey, I wanted to fill you in really briefly on a news story we won't have time to get to in the 10 o'clock hour, and that's out of Edwardsville. This is submitted from the Madison County State's Attorney's Office, and here's the latest. On the same evening last week, March the 5th, municipalities on opposite sides of the county, Godfrey and Granite City, joined the growing list of Madison County municipalities that have passed an ordinance to ban unauthorized encampments on public property. This followed closely on the heels of Wood River's ban February the 5th and Alton's groundbreaking ordinance, which was used as a model by the other municipalities that passed in November of 2023. Madison County State's Attorney Tom Haynes Hain, who attended the Granite City meeting and spoke on behalf of the ordinance, commended the municipalities for taking a proactive approach to this issue. Here's his quote. The passage of these ordinances to regulate and manage these situations reflects a commitment by these communities' leaders to ensure public safety and assures the public that their spaces will always be welcoming and safe places to bring families and children. He continued, the ordinances passed by these communities are a result of a collaborative effort, and they have exemplify a thoughtful and community-oriented approach to addressing the challenges associated with the encampments on public property. I hope other municipalities will also soon jump on board with this project. That's the end of the state's attorney's statement. The new ordinances, approved by the respective city councils and/or village boards in the communities, have established guidelines for the use of public spaces and aim to strike a balance between compassion for those in need and the responsibility of community leaders to maintain the well-being and accessibility of public areas. Granite City Mayor Mike Parkinson said, quote, I would like to thank Madison County State's Attorney's Office and the City Council of Granite City for working with my office to facilitate this ordinance aimed at enhancing our citizens' and visitors' quality of life. This ordinance prohibits public encampments, empowering local law enforcement to maintain cleanliness and safety in our common areas. Together, we are committed to a thriving and secure Granite City. Godfrey Mayor Mike McCormick had this to say. In conjunction with our neighboring communities, the Village of Godfrey has adopted an ordinance that is in the best interest of public safety, public health, and the general welfare of our residents and visitors. Wood River Mayor Tom Stallcup said, quote, I appreciate the efforts of Madison County State's Attorney Tom Hain for keeping the interest of the entire county in mind. It is in the best interest of the public, safety, public health, and quality of life for all the citizens of our city. Hain has encouraged all communities in the county to enact similar ordinances and is working with the Madison County Board toward the passage of such an ordinance to cover the unincorporated areas of the county. The goal is to have a unified approach to the issue rather than a patchwork of regulation and/or non-regulation. Hain had a final statement. The proactive steps taken thus far by these communities align with Madison County's commitment to addressing societal challenges in a comprehensive, intelligent, and compassionate manner. It is important that our local officials and community leaders continue to collaborate and communicate to address this complex issue, while also taking clear steps to protect our public spaces and parks from unlawful encampments. And we wanted to keep you updated on all of these ordinances that are being passed. You can always stay up to date on RiverBender.com/news, as Dalton Brown will always have a comprehensive roundup of everything that's going on in our community. At 9:54, are you looking for a fresh start on the road to recovery? A life free from addiction is possible, and it starts at Centerstone. Centerstone is a national leader in mental health and substance use disorder treatment for people of all ages, with a commitment to delivering care that changes people's lives, truly changes people's lives. Centerstone's dedicated clinicians use evidence-based practices in their treatment programs. So this means that the recovery care plan developed for you will be based on the latest science. Listen, there's so many unknowns on the road to recovery, but one thing you can know for sure is that Centerstone will be with you in a constant force for you on your recovery journey. Addiction can happen to anyone, but so can recovery. Start working towards your recovery today by visiting Centerstone online at recoverwithus.org. That's recoverwithus.org, or by calling 1-877-HOPE-123 or recoverwithus.org. We're rolling into top of the hour news. It's 9:55 on this Tuesday morning in downtown Alton. We'll come back and we'll talk everything that's happening around the Riverbend, some new news stories, and then at 10:30 we're talking to Barnyard Animal Rescue. Like I said earlier, We were set to speak with Police Chief Bob Coles today. However, he sent us an email this morning saying he is unable to do so, so we have to cancel that. I know it's advertised, but there was not enough time to change that in our live schedule with some folks asking in a form of texting to the text line. So that's why 10 o'clock we'll go back to the normal flow of things with top of the hour news, and we're coming up on it now. It's 9:56 in downtown Alton, and I'll see you at 10 o'clock right after this commercial break. Is it time to buy, sell, or even time to consider a short sale of your property? Meet Lisa Webb, owner of 3rd Street Realty. This local, women-owned, family-operated realty group has over a decade of experience in foreclosures, first-time home buying, and so much more. 3rd Street Realty prides themselves on holding your hand through the entire process. Let their expertise guide you to your dream home. Visit 3rdstrealty.com and start your journey with Lisa Webb today.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alton Memorial Campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
DJ Mikey.
This is where I am today. Let me show you where I started.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you work so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
When life throws unexpected challenges your way, you need a versatile legal ally to protect you. Sean Lentz, with over 12 years of experience, is here to help you in a variety of avenues. From personal injury to criminal defense and even semi-truck accidents, Sean Lentz has your back. Don't wait for the justice that you deserve. Call 618-465-8000 and see how Sean can help you today.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
o'clock. Welcome back to downtown Alton, RiverBender.com. Our daily show, CJ Nasello, Roku TV, anywhere, everywhere you get your podcasts. And at 10 o'clock on the dot, here's what's happening around the River Bend. The big news story of the day is out of South Roxana. The Alton branch of the NAACP did announce March the 11th that it has requested the resignation of the South Roxana Police Chief, Bob Coles, after a video suddenly surfaced of an arrest incident dating back over 2 years ago. The situation is about the arrest when Carlos Bowles, 25, was involved in a high-speed chase that ended with when he hit a South Roxana police vehicle and also a tree. Boyles faced several charges, including aggravated fleeing and eluding, unlawful possession with intent to deliver a controlled substance, and failure to report a traffic accident. A video was taken at the time of the arrest, and recently the NAACP leader received the video asking him to intervene with an officer-involved situation. We do have that video, and RiverBender.com will play it for you now right here on our daily show. Leon Smallwood Bay, the president of the Alton branch of the NAACP, and Abe Lee Barham were given that video from the day on January the 10th, 2022, when it did occur when Coles was involved in the apprehension of Boyles. Smallwood Bay and Barham allege from what they saw in the video that Coles stepped on the suspect's neck and held it there for about 10 seconds. Coles was asked about the situation Monday night from RiverBender.com's Dan Brannon, and he said he has now seen the video. He said he clearly placed his foot in the middle of the suspect's back, not his neck. We stand against injustice, and this video shows a clear violation of excessive use of force, Smallwood Bay said in a statement. He continued, "We don't care about politics going on in South Roxana," alluding to Coles running for Madison County Board. "We just cannot tolerate anyone applying excessive use of force, especially a police officer." That's the end of his statement. Coles said Boyles is now serving 7 years in prison. Here's his statement. "The suspect was very reckless, and I was trying to control the situation until other police officers could help and handcuff him. I didn't want him to do more. He had reached speeds more than 100 miles per hour in this high-speed chase." That's the end of Coles' statement. Coles stressed the suspect was not injured in the arrest. He said he is a 260-pound man, and if he had placed his foot directly on the suspect's neck, it would have likely caused injuries. Coles denies that he applied excessive force in the arrest, but he tried to keep the suspect from possibly harming him or other officers. Coles also said he has been a police officer for 30 years and has never had a complaint of excessive force against him. Coles said he believes the video was distributed to media because he is a Madison County Board candidate and he is calling this political. The Alton branch of the NAACP said it is, quote, not a political move, end quote, and all they care about are the facts and what they saw as an excessive use of force. Barham stood firm with Smallwood Bay within the request for Coles to resign from his police job. Barham stressed that as the chief, Coles has to lead by example, and that this is not something he should want his other officers to be doing. Here's a quote from Barham. "This sends a message to other officers that this is not acceptable. We did ask the chief to resign and believe the video shows excessive use of force." Coles was set to appear on The Daily Show in about 5 minutes' time, but we did have to cancel that this morning. We were told that the interview was canceled. Out of Alton, Dalton Brown reporting the Committee of the Whole on Monday gave their preliminary approval for $250,000 worth of American Rescue Plan Act funds to purchase a new paint stripper. The machine will reportedly be used to paint new center stripes on Broadway as well as other roads around Alton. When Alderwoman Carolyn McAfee asked exactly what the new machine does, Director of Planning and Development Greg Caffey replied with one word: everything. Here's his full statement. We could do our center lines down Broadway in the morning. They could do the center stripes in the afternoon. They could be doing crosswalks all off the same machine. Curbing, same thing. All of that off of that machine. Caffey added that the new machine will use a laser-driven striping system to ensure straight lines. It would also require 2 people to operate, the same number required for the city's current machine. When McAfee asked him about the status of repainting the new 4-way stop intersection of Albee and 20th Streets, Caffey said he plans to put the repainting project for that intersection out for bid while the city awaits its new paint stripper. His plan is to repaint the surrounding roadways leading into that intersection on all 4 sides, as well as the intersection of State House Square, on top of the previously mentioned center restriping on Broadway. A final statement from Caffey: we're going to paint up to that area. I want to make it to where, as you're coming to that intersection, it's all painted up. Then the intersection itself will be painted because people are going to try to run it. So both intersections, the State House Square as well as Albee and 20th Street, will be painted on all 4 sides. It'll be brand new. We're putting out bids for that right now. That's going to happen before the painting machine gets here. The Committee of the Whole then voted unanimously to approve the purchase of the new paint stripper of $250,000. The item now goes to Alton City Council for final approval at their next meeting on Wednesday, March the 13th. That's tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. You can tune in, of course, to RiverBender.com's Facebook page or the website at RiverBender.com/video. A full recording of the March 11th Alton Committee of the Whole meeting is available at the top of the news story or at the address I just mentioned, RiverBender.com/video. Also in the news today, out of Clayton, Fontbonne University announced on Monday that it plans to close after the 2025 summer season. The decision comes after years of dwindling enrollments. Washington University has agreed to purchase the 16-acre campus within the next 2 months. Fontbonne University President Dr. Nancy Blattner made the statement to students. This difficult decision was not made lightly, despite the best efforts of faculty, staff, administration, and our faithful supporters. We have faced challenges, including more than 15 years of enrollment decline heading into the enrollment cliff, the impact of COVID, and many other financial struggles impacting small and private institutions like ours across the nation. The Sisters of St. Joseph of Carondelet made this statement about the university's closing. Fontbonne's steps during the closure process further demonstrate the values of the Sisters of St. Joseph. We are deeply grateful for the manner in which Fontbonne's leadership, faculty, and staff are working diligently to enable students to complete their degree requirements as the university prepares for their closures. The Sisters of St. Joseph of Carondelet know the impacts of Fontbonne and on the greater St. Louis area and will continue to live on through each graduate, staff, and faculty member on how each of them continue to live out the CSJ charism to serve the dear neighbor without distinction. We continue to offer prayers, support, and our gratitude to the Fontbonne community as they navigate this next step. The school said it will not be admitting freshmen in the fall of 2024, but there will be classes through 2025. All undergraduate students will get scholarships to cover tuition for the summers of 2024 and 2025. The school plans to assist many current students as possible to complete their degree and graduate. Staff and faculty will remain employed until the school and university closes, the school said in a statement. Also in the news today, out of Rushville, a very tragic story. Illinois State Police held a press conference yesterday afternoon and released information about a bus semi-truck crash that killed 5. ISP reported the crash occurred at 11:36 a.m. on Monday, March the 11th, on U.S. Route 24 at Parkview Road in Schuyler County. The school bus involved was transporting children at the time of the accident, and 3 are reported dead. The bus driver and the driver of the semi-truck also died in the accident. ISP and other law enforcement at the press conference had a statement. No one should have to go through this type of horrible situation. They continued there were a total of 5 fatalities in this bus semi-truck crash. ISP also confirmed that 3 children on the bus had died, and the bus was traveling east on Route 24 and the semi west when the bus, for an unknown reason, crossed the center line into the head-on collision in front of the semi. Families have been notified about the fatal crash. ISP also said the investigation into the crash continues at this time. Also in the news out of West Alton, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers Rivers Project Office will close a portion of the Riverlands today to allow for a prescribed fire that will be occurring at the Riverlands Migratory Bird Sanctuary. Just in case you see any smoke in the air today, here's what it's from. Teal Pond Recreation Area will still be accessible, as the closure will not begin until the Rivers Project Office. Maple Island access will still be accessible via a detour using Red School Road. It is anticipated the road will be open again by Wednesday, March the 13th. For more information, they ask you to contact the office at 636-899-2600. That's 636-899-2300. Also in the news today, RiverBender.com loves to highlight the musicians in our school districts, and Edwardsville High School Fine Arts Chair Orchestra Director Victoria Vimard and her orchestra students earned high praise at the recent Illinois State University High School Orchestra Festival. Here's the latest. Dr. Glenn Beck, a presenter, told Vimard to convey his appreciation to the school administration, the accompanying chaperones, and the parents of the students for their participation in this event. 7 high schools and 9 orchestras participated for a total of 450 high school string students on the ISU campus. I found the EHS orchestras attentive and flexible to new concepts and techniques, a compliment of your wonderful teaching, Dr. Beck said. I love the Por Una Cabeza arrangement. Best wishes for continuing success with your students, and congratulations for that acknowledgement and being up in Normal for that event. Also, let's take a look at weather at 10:12. It is 57 out there. How about that? It feels like 63. Temperature should reach 75 degrees today, and they'll drop down to 49 overnight. How about a big 7.5 on a Tuesday in March? Today, very warm with times of clouds and sun. It will be breezy this afternoon, but that's probably going to be welcome. Tonight, partly cloudy with a thunderstorm in parts of the area, so please stay tuned to RiverBender.com/weather. Let's take a look at downtown Alton. Has it got any sunnier out there? A little bit. A lot better than whenever we showed this at 9:20. You can see a few cars trickling in and out of Alton today. You can see Clark Bridge, the Alton Amphitheater, and just downtown Alton in all of its glory. And then I love seeing the shoreline on the Missouri side of the Mississippi River reflecting up from the partial sun that's out there on the water today. You can see the sky cam in real time all the time by visiting RiverBender.com/weather, and for time and temperature throughout the day, 618-465-4545, this time powered by Tom Lane. He is your local State Farm agent. Before we take a quick break, let me fill you in on Denise Sparks, who's the best at what she does. She's the queen of junk. Well, for 30 years, she was the queen of junk, and now for the next 30, she's going to be the queen of junk and the queen of weekly trash pickup. So many of you are using those purple and yellow trash cans that are popping all up and down the 618, and it's because Denise Sparks cares about her customers. She cares about her community. When you call Denise Sparks, guess who you get? Denise Sparks. No call center, no third party. They want to hear directly from you. They want to work directly with you because they live local. And I highly encourage you to give her a call and check out sparksjunkremoval.net. Those purple, yellow trash cans popping all up and down Madison County because folks know the commitment that Denise Sparks has to this area. And with her weekly trash service, I'm even hearing people say, CJ, I'm actually saving a couple of dollars each month while supporting local. Listen, that conglomerate's going to forget about you in 2 minutes. You know why? Because there's 4,000 other tickets in their CMS system that they got to get to. You're just a number. Not with Sparks Junk Removal and hauling and trash pickup. You'll never be a number. You'll just be a person. You'll be a client that Sparks appreciates, cherishes, and wants to make sure you are satisfied with the work being done. Whether or not you need them because your neighbors are getting ready to report you to your city or village because you got too much junk in your yard, or if you want to sign up for that weekly trash service, or better yet, how about this one? New thing hitting you for the older adults out there, or for the children of older adults out there. If your mom or dad, or if yourself, if you're having mobility issues, listen, that trash bag gets heavy. Man, it gets heavy. 25 pounds, it feels like sometimes. You're picking that up and you're walking it outside, and sometimes we get to a point in our lives or something happens that we're unable to lift those things. It happens. Sparks Junk Removal has a valet trash pickup service option for you, where they will come into your kitchen, wherever your trash can is, pick up that trash bag, take it out to the can for you, and run it down into their dumpster, into their trash pit, and into their trash truck. Because they want to take care of you. They want to be there for you. Like they've been there for us for 30 plus years already, and for the next 30, that commitment remains the same. SparksJunkRemoval.net, that's SparksJunkRemoval.net, and reclaim your space and your trash pickup schedule today. So before I take a quick break, I just want to make one thing clear, just because I keep getting more and more messages about it. I am not the news director here at RiverBender.com. I hope everybody knows that I have no say in news. And there's an individual that I won't allow on the show that's kind of making all these statements. I'm not the news guy. I just talk about the news and I interview folks. Listen, I'm not here to play gotcha with anybody. I'm just here to inform our audience and talk about, a lot of times, 9 times out of 10, the positive side of things. Listen, every once in a while, you guys have seen it, we talk serious issues. But my main focus is the awareness that we can bring to great organizations doing great things, and really just great businesses doing the same. So, to the individual that keeps attacking me, sending us messages to the Facebook page, I really have no use for you. At 10:17, we'll take a quick pause in our daily show. We'll come back and hit you next.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway safe rubber tire dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
RiverBender Radio has built 3 great new stations just for you in the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. The Bridge, hit music for the Riverbend. And The River, today's country, and all your favorites. Check them out today at RiverBenderRadio.com.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
Sitting in the sun, I'm sure it'll hit me when I walk through that door tonight. Yeah, I'm gonna miss her. Oh, looky there, I've got a bite. All right.
Which insurance commercials did he do? Was he Allstate? Was he State Farm? I can't remember. Must not have been that impressive. Hey, here's what happened on this date in history. Some really interesting stuff. Before we talk to Barnyard Animal Rescue, FDR gives the first fireside chat. This happened in 1933. On this date, 8 days after his inauguration, President FDR gave his first national radio address or fireside chat broadcast directly from the White House. Roosevelt began that address simply by saying, quote, "I want to talk for a few minutes with the people of the United States about banking." He went on to explain his recent decision to close the nation's banks in order to stop a surge in mass withdrawals by panicked investors worried about possible bank failures. The banks would be reopening the next day. Roosevelt said he thanked the public for their fortitude and good temper during the banking holiday. At the time, the U.S. was at the lowest point of the Great Depression, between 25 and 33% of the workforce unemployed. The nation was worried, and Roosevelt's address was designed to ease fear and to inspire confidence in his leadership. Roosevelt went on to deliver 30 more of these broadcasts between March 1933 and June of 1944. They reached an astonishing number of American households, 90% of which owned a radio at the time. Over the course of his historic 12-year presidency, Roosevelt used the chats to build popular support for the New Deal policies in the face of stiff opposition from big business and other groups. And after World War II began, he used them to explain his administration's wartime policies to the American people. The success of Roosevelt's chats was evident not only in his 3 re-elections, but also in the millions of letters that flooded the White House. Farmers, business owners, men, women, rich, poor, most of them expressed the feeling that the president had entered their home and spoke directly to them. In an era when presidents had previously communicated with their citizens almost exclusively through spokespeople and journalists, it was an unprecedented step. In 1776, the public notice urges recognition of humane ladies. In Baltimore, a public notice appears in local newspapers recognizing the sacrifices of women to the cause of the Revolution. The notice urged others to recognize women's contributions during the Revolutionary War. In 1864, the Red River Campaign began. One of the biggest military fiascos of the war begins as the combined Union force of infantry and riverboats begins moving up the Red River in Louisiana. In 1947, the Truman Doctrine announced in a dramatic speech to a joint session of Congress. President Harry S. Truman asked for U.S. assistance for Greece and Turkey to forestall communist domination of the two nations. In 2003, police recover Elizabeth Smart and arrest her abductors. The 15-year-old is finally found in Sandy, Utah, 9 months after being abducted from her family's homes. Her alleged kidnappers arrested as well. On this date, in 1988, a sudden hailstorm prompted fans at a soccer match in Nepal to flee. The resulting stampede killed 70 people and hundreds more on that date. Also on this date in history, in 1982, live from the Sunset Strip, the latest concert film recorded by the comedian Richard Pryor arrived in the movie theaters. In 2003, in response to the critical comments made about them by Dixie Chick singer Natalie Maines in the run-up to the 2003 invasion of Iraq. Oh, I got to click a little bit further here. President George Bush offered his response. The Dixie Chicks are free to speak their mind. They can say what they want to say. Of the backlash the Chicks, then known as the Dixie Chicks, were facing within the world of country music, President Bush added they shouldn't have hurt their feelings just because some people don't want to buy their records when they speak out. And that happened on this date in history. Oh, let's see. On this date in music, let's take a look here. I like doing this on the fly. In 2013, Bob Dylan voted into the American Academy of Arts and Letters, marking the first time a rock musician had been chosen for the Elite Honor Society. Officials in the Academy, which recognizes music, literature, and visual arts, were unable to decide if Dylan belonged for his words or his music, and instead inducted him as an honorary member, like previous honorees Meryl Streep, Woody Allen, and Martin Scorsese. Doobie Brothers drummer Michael Husak died at his home on this date in history in 2012 in DuBois, Wyoming at the age of 65. He had been battling cancer for some time and succumbed to the complications of the disease with his family by his side. Hundreds of fans queued at the O2 Arena in London in 2009 on this date. When Michael Jackson tickets went on sale to the public, the 50-year-old pop veteran had confirmed he would be playing a 50-date residency at the venue beginning on the 8th of July. Some 360,000 pre-sale tickets had already been sold. Organizers said that the This Is It tour had become the fastest selling in history, with 33 seats sold each minute. Prices range from £170 to £10,000, but tickets bought directly from the singer's website cost up to £75. Well, that's interesting. Jackson said this would be the last time he would perform in the United Kingdom. In 2007, Amy Winehouse made her television debut in the United States on The Late Show with David Letterman performing Rehab. The song went on to win 3 Grammys, including Record of the Year, Song of the Year, and Best Female Vocal Pop Performance, and also won an Ivor Novello Award for Best Contemporary Song. In 2004, Rosalind Morganfield, 34, the daughter of blues artist Muddy Waters, surrendered to the police after a warrant was accusing her of being involved in a 1996 murder of 19-year-old Timothy Harrington during a drug deal. Wow. In 2001, Judy Garland's Over the Rainbow was voted Song of the Century in a poll published in America. Musician, critics, and fans compiled the list by RIA. The highest-placed UK act was the Rolling Stones. In Satisfaction, in 16th place, the Beatles had I Want to Hold Your Hand at number 28. Oh, God. In 1988, Rick Astley started a 2-week run at number 1 on the U.S. singles chart with the song that I Cannot Stand, Never Gonna Give You Up. Let's see. In 1975, ABBA recorded Mamma Mia on this date in history at the Metronome Studio in Stockholm, Sweden. It was the last track recorded for their self-titled third album and never intended for release as a single. That's interesting. A couple more on this date in history. 1974, John Lennon made the headlines after an incident at the Troubadour Club in L.A. Out on a drinking binge with Harry Nilsson, Lennon hurled insults at the performing Smothers Brothers and punched their manager before being forcibly removed. Well, who knew? I thought he was just such a peaceful guy. In 1970, James Brown's backing band, the JBs, were formed after most of the members of his previous band walked out on him over a pay dispute. The JB's initial lineup included bassist William Bootsy Collins and his guitarist brother Phelps Catfish Collins, formerly of the obscure funk band The Pacemakers. Couple more for you on this date in history. In 1955, American jazz saxophonist and composer Charlie Parker died of a heart attack in New York City while watching Tommy Dorsey's orchestra on television. He was just 34. Born on this date in history, any good ones? Danny Jones, the English singer, songwriter, and musician, born on this date in history. Pete Doherty, guitarist, vocals from English rock band The Libertines, who had the 2004 UK number 1 album, The Libertines. The Doherty was banned from playing with The Libertines until he could overcome his abuse issues that he was dealing with at the time. Also born on this date in history, that's about it. James Taylor, there you go. James Taylor, American singer-songwriter. Taylor achieved his breakthrough in 1970 with the hit single Fire and Rain and had the 1971 number 1 in the U.S. and number 4 in the U.K. with You've Got a Friend. His first album was released on the Beatles' Apple label, and Taylor married Carly Simon in 1972. At 10:30, that's what happened on this date in history, and we'll come back with more of our daily show right after this on RiverBender.com.
I set the thermostat so my house would be warm when I got home from work, but the kitchen is still cool.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we stand behind every Lennox system we sell.
My dealer said he'd take care of everything.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we understand everyone wants prompt, professional service.
Turns out it wasn't my furnace after all, just a little something blocking the vent.
Pretty smart dog if you ask me. For service you can count on, call Barrett Heating and Cooling.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
DJ Mike Keith.
This is where I am today. Let me show you where I started.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you've worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit AltonToyota.com or stop by their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Munganast Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and they will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Munganast Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Munganast Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Welcome back to this Tuesday morning on RiverBender.com. Andy, Barnyard Animal Rescue. How are we doing today, man?
Fine. How are you doing?
Man, I'm rolling with the punches today.
Yeah.
So you guys have a trivia night coming up April the 6th, correct?
Correct.
And now fill me in. This is the second?
This is our second trivia night that we've done. It's been a couple years since we did one, but this is at the Alton Moose. It's going to start at 7 o'clock. The game starts at 7, but doors open at 6:30.
Mm-hmm.
And we have 8 people at a table. It's if you get the tickets before the first, it's $15 a person or $120 for the whole table.
Oh, wow.
And after that, if you get it afterwards, it's $20 a person and $160 a table.
That's still great for a table of 8.
Mm-hmm.
Really cool.
Yeah.
And now, with this trivia night, what do some of the funds go towards for your guys' outreach?
It goes to feeding the animals. We have Barnyard Animal Rescue. We've been rescuing farm animals since 2015.
Wow.
And we rescue. Let's see. We got miniature donkeys, miniature horses. We have potbelly pigs, chickens, guineas, goats.
Oh, you got it all.
Yeah.
Well, how did this start?
Well, we was out one day driving down the road, and we saw this house. The lady had a sign out, free donkeys. Well, we stopped to see what was going on, and she said that her husband had passed away, and they were his animals, and she had no place. She couldn't take care of them,
Mm-hmm.
and she had no place to go with them, and she was just giving them away for somebody to take care of them.
Wow.
So we decided that we would take them. Well, then we started looking into it more, and there's a lot of farm animals that people decide once they get them, they have them for a while. A lot of it was with ducks and chickens and stuff. People get them for their kids for Easter. Think, oh, that's a great present for Easter, and then once they start getting bigger, they don't know what to do with them.
Right.
So we ended up we have like almost 30 ducks, and we have all kind. I can't count how many chickens we got. So,
So do you guys keep them at the sanctuary?
Well, right now we have we keep them at the sanctuary. We do have some at foster homes.
Okay.
Because we're trying to gather up enough money that we can eventually have a place for Barnyard itself.
Uh-huh.
Right now, the sanctuary's at my house, and with insurance as high as it is, it's...
God almighty, I do not want to look at that bill.
Yeah. So we're trying to find a place where we can have animals so people can come and see them, and we would like to eventually have like a 4-H club, a FFA... And, and if we had the FFA and we had more land where we could grow produce and stuff, then it would help feed the animals and
100%.
Yeah.
Well, and with that, do you guys find homes for these animals once you rescue them, or do you keep them over at the grounds?
We do. Some we find homes for. Some we keep there. Depends on, like, if some of them come in sick or some of them come in old. I wouldn't want to adopt something out to somebody, that's 12 years old and then, they get attached to it and then a year later it passes away.
Well, and then on the animal side of that too, no 12-year-old, that's that nearing the end wants to go for another ride,
Right. Well, we also have one miniature horse that's blind, and he knows he wasn't blind when we first got him.
Okay.
But he's like 20-something years old, and he's went blind in both eyes. So he knows our property.
Right.
So it's like, I don't want to adopt him out, and then with him being blind, he'll have to try to figure out another property. So
now, have you
keep him.
had any experience wrangling farm animals before?
I
knew it. Okay, this is great.
We have a pig that we got Godfrey Animal Control called us about 2-3 months ago. There was a pig over on Stroby Lane, and she called us. She said, "Andy, I got this pig over here. It's roaming. We don't know where it come from." She said, "You got room for it?" I said, "Sure." I said, "We'll come over and we'll help get it." And thought it was going to be a little bit easier because we have got other pigs, and they've been, just kind of with the boards, you can walk them in and kind of guide them. Not this one. He had nothing going. He was not going to get in that van.
Oh, gosh.
And so animal control was there. We had a sheriff there, and there was me, Billy, which is the other partner for Barnyard, and then my nephew, and there was like 6 of us there, and we was trying to round him up, and he was not. There was one time where we had a leash, was trying with leashes, and I had a leash around his back end, and Godfrey Animal Control, Susie, had leash around the front. Well, he started taking off running, and Susie was not going to let that leash go, and next thing you know, that pig's running down the road, and Susie's on his back.
No way!
She's on his back.
How big was this pig?
He's probably... I would say probably like 150 pounds.
I'll be darned.
But he carried her for a while, and then she finally rolled off.
Now, have there been a lot of situations like that, or are those kind of few and far between?
Well, we've had a few of them, but there's...
I can only imagine, man, where you're trying to save or rescue something.
Right.
And what are some of the animals that you encounter? Are there some that, are I hate to say it, but abused and kind of need saving?
We've had some the chickens would come with, their feet messed up or some of their feathers gone, and you could tell where something had got them because they was out. People would they get them, and if they don't call us or call somebody else or somebody they know take them, then they just take them out and dump them out in the country. And
that's just sad.
We had some over in Troy. We was going to try to catch, but I haven't got back with the people. Haven't heard from the people yet, so we don't know what's going on with them. But they were going to try to catch them and call me. So,
well, and too, before we go back into trivia night, if someone has a situation where Not very often. Well, about 3 times a year we see a pig on the loose in this area. I've kind of averaged out the news stories. But if folks have that situation where all of a sudden here's a bunch of chickens that have just plotted down in their backyard because someone let them go and out of theirs, or they have a pig on the loose or you name it, what's the best way to get in touch with you? How does that process look like?
Well, you can call my phone. I have a phone number on Facebook.
Okay.
We have a Facebook page, and we also have our website is being redone right now, so it'll probably be up within the next 2 or 3 days. It should be done and ready. But my phone number's on there.
Cool.
Or you can message us through text us through Facebook or something like that, or however you want to.
And what's the best way for people to do that? Do they need to take a picture of the animal that they're encountering, or maybe give you some description? How does that go?
Some description would be nice. Pictures are really nice because then we know what we're really looking for. But
Right.
if they can't get a picture, then a description would be nice.
Have you ever had a call? Just be thinking, just thinking out loud here, where someone calls you and goes, "Man, I got a mammoth or something in my backyard," and you get there and there's a little guinea pig.
Yeah.
Does that happen?
We've had.
I was wondering.
One lady called. She had a pig in her yard, and she said, "There's this pig. It is so big. I don't know what to do with it. I don't know how you're going to get it in the van or how you're going to pick it up or whatever." And we got there, and it was like maybe 8 months old. It was only 75 pounds, maybe.
Right.
And 75 pounds for us is small.
Right.
But because we have some pigs at the house right now that are probably close to 200 pounds.
Oh, I bet.
So.
Every bit of it.
Yeah.
Well, and when did you all of a sudden start really picking up? Because you started in 2015 with the donkeys. When did you really hit your stride with the Barnyard Animal Rescue?
Well, in 2015, we got up some miniature horses, and then we was trying to just stick with certain animals, but then it was like within a year later, it was more needed rescued. So it was like, well, we can't stick with horses, we can't stick with donkeys or potbelly pigs. We're gonna just have to take whatever because there's some things out there, some animals that nobody will take.
Right.
So and people call and say, "Oh, I got a rooster. I was supposed to be a hen, but it ended up being a rooster, and I don't want to get rid of it. He's so sweet, and I don't want to just kill it, and I don't want to just let it in the woods or something. Is there any way you can take it?" Well, I take them, and they usually live out their life there. And sometimes it's just hard because you get so I myself get too attached.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Well, I would too, because you have kind of a different bond with the animal because you're taking them out of a condition that's not as favorable as it could be, and you're bringing them over to your location. Now, what's the most expensive animal to take care of in terms of feeding and maintenance?
Well, it usually probably would be the donkeys and the horses because they're the
right.
bigger.
And I was just curious because, this is a great opportunity for folks to really help out and support that because, I mean, you have a lot of animals that you literally are rescuing. I mean, there's not an option, you got to.
Well, on our website, we got a new thing that's going to be out on the website that if somebody wants to sponsor an animal for a week, a month, a year, we have different prices they can sponsor different animals for. Or if they say, I would like to sponsor a pig in honor of somebody for their birthday, or if somebody's passed away and they want a memorial or something, and we'll send out certificates. If they want a pig, we'll send a picture of a pig with them, and on the certificate it'll say this pig was sponsored by for memorial of, or something like that.
Really cool, man.
We have certificates that we can send out with that.
Now, in terms of fostering, is there an opportunity for folks that maybe have the space, then they want to meet with you and say, hey, I could be an option for you? Is that possible too?
Yep. We have some foster homes. A lot of times foster homes don't stay foster homes because they fall in love with them. We have a lady that was going to foster a pig for us. She had never had a pig before, but she always wanted one. And his name was Oliver, and we went and picked him up in going out towards Jerseyville. I can't remember the little town, but it was out going Jerseyville. And I took it over to her house, and about 3 weeks later, she said, Andy, I'm going to adopt this pig. I am not going to let it go. She said, nobody's going to take my pig from me. So, that happens. So,
well, and that's what I was wondering because, not a lot of people talk about that side of things, but the way our area lays out, we have a lot of rural land and a lot of animals out there that, people die, things happen, and then all of a sudden they're not being cared for and they're just sitting there.
Right.
And so, I mean, I hate to ask you this, but over the course of a month, how many houses do you go and visit?
A lot. Some of them we go and visit and we kind of talk to them about it and say, okay, well, if you got the space, and if you need help with food or what, we can help you, or if you need to learn how to, like, say if somebody passed away and that person that passed away took care of the animals, then we'll try to help them learn how to take care of them so they can keep them, because some of them would like to keep them because they were their loved ones' pets, and so they try to keep them, and we keep an eye on them, we help them out, and we tell them.
That's really cool. Well, and how much of it is just teaching, too? Because I'm sure, like you said, if it was the husband or wife's pet, well, hell, I bet some of them don't even know how to take care of it because they never did.
Right.
Really fascinating.
With the donkeys that we ended up getting.
Yeah.
The lady, she would like to keep them, but she said there's just no way because she was working. Her son was living with her, and he had no interest in them. But she said she would like to keep them, and she said, if I let you take them, can I come and see them? I said, oh, yeah. I said, you want to come out and visit them? We have no problem. If they give us the animals or we take them to our place and they want to visit, then I have no problem with somebody visiting a pet that was theirs.
That's really cool because you're not only just helping, but you're saying, look how transparent we are that your animal is going to be taken care of the right way, man. That's really cool because sometimes, they put up that sanctuary puts up the wall, and you can't see through it.
Yeah,
I really like that, man. I think that's awesome. It's 9. It's been a long morning is what it has been. It's 10:46. You got a moment to stick around? Let's take a quick break. I'm going to pay my bills at 10:47. Our daily show comes back and hits you next right after this on RiverBender.com.
When I got in the car accident at the ER, they gave me a prescription of hydrocodone. And over time, it took more medication to mask the pain. I moved over to drug seeking and found heroin and fentanyl. I went to the Centerstone rehab facility, and it was the best decision I ever made in my life. I have my own car, I have a job, there's nothing holding me back anymore.
Dream Home Realty Center. Hey, Sherry. Talk to me, Dream Team. We've got Joey.
Whether you're a seasoned pro or a weekend warrior, gear up with Falcommit and elevate your hunting experience. From rugged gear for the seasoned hunter to adorable outfits for the little ones, we've got your whole family covered. Literally, because the best moments are made in the great outdoors. And with Falcommit, you're not just wearing gear, you're wearing the stories of your adventures. Discover the joy of hunting together. Visit Falcommit.com and outfit your family for the next generations of memories.
We are Phillips 66 Wood River Refinery. We make the fuels that take us to work and our children to school. We make materials and energy products that allow us to stay connected to each other. We care about the quality and safety of our products because we care about the communities we share. Our employees live our values of safety, honor, and a commitment to act as good neighbors where we live and operate. We are Phillips 66. When life throws unexpected challenges your way, you need a versatile legal ally to protect you. Sean Lentz, with over 12 years of experience, is here to help you in a variety of avenues. From personal injury to criminal defense and even semi-truck accidents, Sean Lentz has your back. Don't wait for the justice that you deserve. Call 618-465-8000 and see how Sean can help you today.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Perhaps I may become a highwayman again, or I may simply a single drop of rain, but I will remain.
10:49, welcome back. 12th day of March on this Tuesday morning in downtown Alton, RiverBender.com. CJ Nacella, it's our daily show. Watch it on Roku TV or anywhere, everywhere you find this show. Thank you for doing it. Hey, Trivia Night coming up on the 6th of April. This is to help Barnyard Animal Rescue keep up the great work, man, because what you guys do each and every day is probably full of stories to tell at the end of this chapter, and you're going to have about 3 books waiting for it. You know what I'm saying here?
Yeah. There's always some type of a story to tell.
Well, and you can hear some of them at the Trivia Night. Now, this is over here at the Alton Moose. It's at 526 East Delmar in Godfrey. Isn't that, I've always found that fascinating. The Alton Moose is in Godfrey.
Alton Moose in Godfrey.
Now, this is really cool. There's going to be a 50-50 drawing, a silent auction. There's going to be a cash bar available, so don't bring any of your outside drinks. They got you covered at the Moose Lodge. And they got a great bar in there. You been inside of that?
Yes.
Wonderful bar. It's big venue, too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and what I think too is that you guys are offering some complimentary tea and some other items like popcorn and coffee.
Yeah.
And now, what's the theme?
The barnyard.
Okay, so theme's barnyard. Better decorate those tables too. I want to see some stables, some stalls, some overalls, some coveralls on there, maybe some feed somewhere on the table. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Now, take me through this. So, what's the trivia going to be focused about? Is it a general trivia night, or is it a kind of a specific trivia?
It's going to be a general.
Okay.
We'll have different categories for them. Can't tell the categories because
God,
they won't let me.
I was trying. I thought maybe we could get a little bit of a sneak peek. Not today, huh?
Not today. No.
Now, are you a trivia guy?
I not really. I don't play trivia, but I don't mind putting them on and helping. Doing what I got to do to help raise money, but.
I love the paper stock that you're using, by the way. This is a real flyer. This is a real flyer. Well, let me fill you in, guys. $15 a person or $120 for a table of 8 if you get your tickets before April Fool's Day. And then $20 a person or $160 for a table after the first day of April. That's really cool. And now, how can you get tickets and all that good stuff?
You could just call. It's the flyer and our Facebook page. Has my number on it, or it also has an email address too.
Here we go. Let me do this one for you. It's BYA rescue@gmail.com. That's BYA rescue@gmail.com. That's how you can email Andy, get signed up for the tickets. Now, whenever you're planning this, you got some teams signed up already, some interest?
We do have some already signed up.
Nice, man. So, that's hard. It's hard. Trivia nights are tough.
Right.
Because it's like you think you got a big enough venue, and then sometimes you only got 5 teams, or then you got 100 teams, and you got to delve it up.
Yeah.
Man, that's interesting. Now, how did the first year's trivia go?
We had it at the Owls Club, and it turned out really good. We had it was full, so we didn't have.
Man,
that's why we're going to the Moose. It's a little bit bigger.
That's an awesome problem to have.
So
that's great, man.
Hoping that we have to turn people away. I mean, I hate to turn people away, but once all tables will fill, that's,
Well, I'm going to be the smug guy on the microphone today. You might get turned away if there's too many tables that fill up, but what they'll never turn away is your donation to help the animals in need. And, if you do get max capacity, I think it's also good to note that you do accept donations,
yes, we do.
regardless, so you can help Barnyard Animal Rescue keep going all year long because, anyone that has farm animals or has any type of large number of even dogs knows how expensive those can be. Well, go ahead and, name it a pig, and then all of a sudden you'll see how much they cost, And so, Andy, man, I think it's so cool that you're doing this. And silent auction, what items are available?
We're having a movie night basket. We're having some different wine and cheese basket. We're doing some coffee basket. Someone's making some of those coffee bombs.
Yeah,
put in their coffee, and we're having somebody's doing a spa night, and different ones. And we're having shampoos and hair dyes and stuff like that in some of the baskets. And we're gonna have a horse basket, a dog basket, a cat basket, And we're going to see what other farm animal baskets we can have.
Really cool, man.
We are having people that are sponsoring too.
Oh, cool. What are the sponsorship options?
Well, if you like to, you can use your business card and sponsor, and that would be $40.
Okay.
And what it is it'd be on a paper, and it'd be laying out on all the tables.
Uh-huh.
There's others, if you want have a paper that is half the page, then it would be $70. If you want a whole page of sponsor for your with just your name on it, then it's $100. And then with Debbie Ross from Absolute Health,
She's wonderful.
She's a sponsor, and she's gonna, with her sponsor, she's paying more. I don't know exactly how much, but her name will get mentioned the night of, and plus it's got mentioned here.
Yep.
So
well, Deb Ross is wonderful.
She's a really great person, and she helps us out a whole lot.
I'll go a step further. Absolute Healthcare. Deb Ross will always take care of you and your family. We've talked to Deb twice before, and she always supports local, as you just heard here. Love to do that. I love to hear that, too. And best way is still that email again to reach out for sponsorships.
Yes.
That is byarescue@gmail.com, byarescue@gmail.com. Andy, man, thank you so much for... Oh, is there something else we got to hit on?
Oh, that's just
let
what
me
it
go
would
through
kind.
them.
That's a sample of what it would look like.
Oh,
for
a sample.
sponsor.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, that looks great. And
Pick
that
the Litter, they're doing a sponsor too. So
really cool. Really cool, man. Well, Andy, thank you so much for stopping by today. I hope we get some folks signed up for Trivia Night. I hope that we get some sponsors lined up for Trivia Night, too. And just keep up the great work with Barnyard Animal Rescue. If there's ever anything you want to promote, you know where to find me. The door's open for you, man. Awesome. 10:56, that's the time on this Tuesday morning. We'll take a very brief break. We'll come back and wrap up the Tuesday that was right after this.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alton Memorial Campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
Is it time to buy, sell, or even time to consider a short sale of your property? Meet Lisa Webb, owner of 3rd Street Realty. This local, women-owned, family-operated realty group has over a decade of experience in foreclosures, first-time home buying, and so much more. 3rd Street Realty prides themselves on holding your hand through the entire process. Let their expertise guide you to your dream home. Visit 3rdstrealty.com and start your journey with Lisa Webb today.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website to reclaim your space today.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Bring it to me. Bring your sweet loving. Bring it on home to me. Yeah, 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 yeah. I know I laughed when you left.
10:09 is the time. It just changed. Yours is going to change in about 2 seconds. 10:59 on this Tuesday morning. Just thank you all for a great show. And thank you to all of you that support the show and share it. And we keep growing and growing. We're just doing some awesome stuff. And, like I say, whenever I do have the time to do it, I always think it is appropriate to thank you all because you give me an hour of your time, maybe 30 minutes, maybe 30 seconds, and it adds up. You're keeping me working for the best company that I could have ever worked for, a company that lives local, that does everything local. They don't have to call another country to do it for them. We do it all here. And I love this company. I love RiverBender.com, and I love talking to each and every one of you Monday through Friday from 9 to 11, and we'll do it again tomorrow. So on that note, enjoy this beautiful, beautiful Tuesday morning. Enjoy your friends. Enjoy your family. Enjoy more content from Riverbender. But most importantly, just try your best, to stay out of jail.
He said it